Danny here from Hearts and Minds TV. I've got a very special guest, good friend of mine, Theo from HMB Barbers. So, Theo, introduce me how you want to be introduced, bro. Because I know you love the camera.
Well, like, I'm just the guy behind the scenes. So we're on HMB Barbers and we do on the expo as well. Yeah, just leave it at that. I'm an accountant by trade, and that's obviously helped do everything we've done with HMB and the expo. So yeah, it's been a good journey.
Okay, so Theo, I know a little bit of Theo's journey, and he's too much of a humble man to probably bring it out. So I'm going to bring it out of you. Okay, so Theo, where are you from, and how did you get here?
Well, I'm from Nigeria, and I just came here to do uni and finished my uni and did accounting for about 20 years. And just somewhere along the lines, I knew I needed to do my own business, and I had the background in it. And yeah, I got into barbering. I bought my first barber shop from Jimmy Rod's in 2017, and yeah, now we 15 barber shops, and probably end up with 18 this year, and we have this amazing expo. So yeah, it's been a bit of a journey over the last 7 years.
Yeah, I'm sure it has, man. And from you're an accountant, so you're not a barber. And you've went into the barbering industry. What made you decide barbering? And like, as someone who hasn't been able to like go into the shop and cut hair, what kind of challenges have you dealt with?
It was funny how I got it, because I spent 2 years looking for the right business, and it literally just fell on my lap. So, I can call it fate. And when I got into the industry, I quickly realized there's a lot missing in the industry. When I got in, like, barbershops weren't paying super to their staff. There wasn't any education. So I quickly realized that, to do good, you need to give back straight away and make things right and show the other barbershop owners in the industry the way forward, which is what we've done really well. And I was lucky from the start to meet Fraser Forsey, and from the start we had this vision that we wanted to redefine the industry. And we run our business different, because a lot of what we do is giving back, and it's not cheap. What's the hardest thing in the industry? I find you give and you give and you give, and a lot of people just don't appreciate that. And through the years, I've just been relentless. I wouldn't change what we're doing or who I am, because people don't appreciate what we're doing, or accept all these amazing things, and the next week they quit and they leave. And it's heartbreaking a lot of the times, but we're just resolute, and that's the hardest thing. Like, the more you give, the more you get heartbroken, and we still keep pushing. So that's been the hardest thing for me.
How do you deal with that? Like, I've been in somewhat similar situation myself, and sometimes it's like a breakup, particularly in so emotional. How do you actually deal with that, and what do you do to like keep yourself strong to be able to continue to do what you're doing?
I think it's just a mindset thing. Like, I've always been very strong about having a strong mindset, and my mindset dictates just everything. And I've got such a strong mindset, and I'm very aware that I need to have a strong mindset, because what we're doing, it's not easy, and you are going to fail a lot of the times, and people will, set out to do wrong against you and put you down. But if you have a very strong mindset, like, you just get through it, and you're doing good, and it's just a little upset along the way, and you just keep pushing through. So the mindset has been a really big thing for me.
What daily habits do you personally do to make yourself strong, to be able to handle all these things, decision makings?
I do a bit of gym. I walk and run a lot. I do a bit of reading. Recently I've been going to the sauna a lot and doing an ice bath, just to reset myself, because sometimes I get home just furious,
Yeah.
furious, and it's just hard to disconnect and I just go for a walk or for a run.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do a bit of that, and sometimes like another great routine I do is, man, I just work. I work all the time, and I find a lot of peace and just enjoyment and fulfillment in my work.
Yeah.
And when I'm furious as anything, I just get back in the office and just keep grinding.
Yeah. So, I mean, I love that. Thanks for sharing them things, man. 14 plus barbershops. What do you find has been the key ingredient to making that happen? Like,
Well, like having a mission to do good has been a good driver of what we do. When you do a little bit of good and you get that feeling that you've actually done good, you want to do more, and why not do it on a large scale? But aside from that, like, knowing your cash flow has been fundamental to doing everything, to keep doing everything we're doing, because, something like COVID came along and it could have literally undone all the good work we've done over the years, and, having a good balance and like the cash flow process and understanding that literally ensured we're still here today, still providing opportunities and doing good work. Yeah.
so I love that, man. So I had the privilege to take Theo and his team on a one-day immersion course in Brisbane a few weeks ago, and one thing, we'll get into that in a second, but one thing I do know, he invests heavily into his teams through education, and not just education, but like incentives and things like that. Really really blown away, to be honest with you, hearing some of the kind of incentives that were being thrown around.
Yeah, actually, we do a lot for the community as well, and for charities, and that's like a big part of like what drives me. And we use our business to do good, not just for charities or for our staff, but for the community. So literally every community we're in, we have a shop. We support schools or foundation, football, always giving back.
Yeah. I remember talking to you about this a few weeks ago, and you were saying how there was a big day that you did for, I don't know if it was Black Dog or what
Black
it was,
Dog, yeah.
but I just seen the joy in your face when you were talking about that. Talk me through what the vibe was happening around HMB Barbers at that time.
Oh, it was incredible. It was literally one of the best times like I've had, and all the guys in the shops, like you could just see like the good we were doing, and oh man, like, and what breaks my heart to this day is we've just gotten so busy with everything we're doing that we haven't been able to do that again. And like literally my New Year's resolution this year is like, guys, we're all busy and life will get away, but we need to put a stop and actually do another one, and like make it an annual thing.
Well, I think it's on the timetable that we did, so like it should be happening, bro. It should be happening. There's a lot of good things. So yeah, I mean, we took them through the immersion one-day course in Brisbane, and it was so cool. You've got a great team. Obviously, Fraser's a big part of it, but we've been speaking to some of them today in place. Such a great team. How have you built that? Yeah.
Well, I think it's just culture, and it's just taken a long time, just learning and understanding what drives people, how we can motivate them, how we can change their lives really, and like for me, any one of our guys, and I keep telling them this all the time: if you call me at midnight and you have a problem, I'm answering the phone, and if you call someone else, then I find out, I'll be fucking cross.
Yeah.
And I tell them all the time. And yeah, just very recently, one of the boys sent me a text on WhatsApp saying, oh, I've got a problem, my visa and stuff. And like I nearly missed the text. And anyway, I called him the next day and I dealt with it. And I told him like, bro, call me. Don't text me. Yeah. And that's the culture we have. Like any one of the guys called me or Fraser or any of the managers, like I'll literally drop everything I'm doing to hear what's going on and see how I can help them. And a long time ago we realized it's a two-way street, and if I'm putting myself out there and I'll do anything for you, if you're not doing the same back, then we're not on the same page. And maybe you don't deserve to be here. Maybe you need to be somewhere else. And, you know, over the years, we've kind of stuck with that and filtered out a lot of people. And, you know, I just kept the like-minded people. Like, we're family. And that's how we roll. And I think that's kind of how we've built a really good team, because like anyone that joins the company, like I'll call them personally and welcome them to the family. And I'll make an effort to fly out there within 4 weeks of them joining, to sit down and talk to them. I'll take them to lunch and, you know, talk about the family and see, you know, just find out how I can support them and know about them. Because when I know, you know, the report comes out, oh, this person's underperforming or something, straight away I'm like, guys, have you asked them what's happening at home? Or their studies or what's going on here? Because I've sat down and spent like an hour or two understanding them. And the manager goes back, oh yeah, okay, he's having a problem at home and this and that. Well, there's your problem. It's not that because they're underperformer or they're not, you know, doing the job. They've got other stuff they're dealing with. Let's help them through that, and you know, they'll get there. So yeah, like everyone in the HMB is part of the family.
Love it, bro. Love hearing that, man, and that really cements what I thought of you before talking today. Because when I seen you when you were all getting thrashed on the immersion course, Theo was there, bro. Theo was at the front. He was pushing hard. He was annoyed at me because I ended it so quick. He wanted more. But you could tell when we had the team, the ice bath challenge, he was the one that was running, doing the shit jobs, not being afraid to get it done for his team to get the job done. And when someone in your position is humble enough to get their hands dirty like you do, I've got massive respect for you, and I can only see how much your team has got mad respect for you, bro. So
Could you tell us a little bit about what the day of the immersion did for the team, how it impacted you guys?
Well, it was actually very incredible because, like, and I looked at it in two ways. So I looked at it on myself and how I see the team, and also like separate from that, just how we work together as a team. And I'm relentless, and I demand a lot from myself. And on the day, like, anyway, at work, because I demand so much from myself, I demand a lot from my team, and not everyone's used to that. And same, like when we did the immersion, man, I was a monster. Like, I didn't stop. I just did everything that had to be done. If the team was like running, or they were walking, I'll grab it and go, and that's just how I roll. And you know, I just kind of stopped and reflected on it afterwards, and I thought, you know, that could be a bad thing and that could be a good thing. Not everyone likes to be pushed, and you know, and as a leader, you need to almost like understand some people work differently. They don't like to be pushed. Maybe they're more gentle. You need to like tailor your leadership, and you know, they're still a valuable member of the team, and you need, you know, all sorts of different components to make up a effective team. So it was like a huge eye opener for me, because like I'm relentless. I just go, but not everyone goes at that pace, and you can't always expect everyone, or you know, members of the team to go at that pace. And yeah, just kind of like sometimes I just need to be a bit more patient and not be, you know, too full on. So it was like, yeah, it was a massive eye opener. It was amazing. Like, I loved it. It was like such a great day, and like beautiful sunshine. We're freaking getting smashed at the park. It was, yeah. And the whole team loved it. Like, we all just learnt about us as a team so much from that day. It was incredible. And like, man, I would love to have another session with, you know, the broader team. And yeah, and like you almost learn who your A players are, B players and C players just from that.
100%. How have you seen much response from the team?
Yeah, like, you know, I've been implementing a lot of the stuff. Like the other day, like my time is always perfect. Like, I don't know, it's just something about me. I just ring people when I need to ring them. And I rang Bree. She was in the thing. I rang her and she was almost like going through a crisis. And she was like, "How the hell did you know to call me?" I was like, "Bree, center yourself. Take a breath in."
We've heard about this actually.
And, you know, and it's something like, it's just so simple and effective, but you don't think about it when you're in crisis. And just after that, like, she took a deep breath, she had a laugh, and her whole mindset just changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've bumped into them. We've been chatting with them, and Lauren. We had Lauren on this before, and she had a mad story, so it was really good. Did you have any other questions?
Yeah, no, it was just amazing to hear some of the feedback from Brie and that earlier on about how it has had a ripple effect even on the people that weren't at the immersion day, that they have felt the impact of the leaders that were there that day, which is amazing. That's really incredible.
Yeah, it's such an amazing, like, man, like, you know, we try to do, like, every quarter we try to do like a team bonding and something, and I tell Fraser, like, we need to do something, like, we're coming up and we need something. And, you know, you could easily just go and sit down and have dinner or go bowling or
Top golf.
like that. Yeah, or top golf, yeah. And, like, just doing that was just, like, way better, just spiritual.
I can just add to it. It's like, it's movement, it's connection, it's the deeper level
And I told
stuff
them,
that.
I want something that's profound. And that was profound. My first option was walking on hot coal. And you know, obviously everyone was just panicking. It was like, "No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're gonna end up in hospital." And I was just like it's a mental thing. Like, you just need to get past that. Like, I can't do this. And, you know, once you get past that and you do it, it's just like, wow, I can do anything. Like I set my mind to. And, you know, like, doing the day with you was just like, that was it. It was just like incredible.
Awesome.
And I think a lot of the guys got so much confidence out of that.
I love that. And from my point of view, it's so rewarding to hear that, and it's encouraging, because we think we're doing something good. We want to be doing something good. We want to be doing something impactful. So to hear the kind of result, I've heard results, and hear the responses. I really appreciate that, Theo.
Thanks so much.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you so much for your